Okay, welcome back, dear friends. Today I'd like to continue our series of Vulnhub. The virtual machine would be FunboxGaokao. And before we start today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate your help and support. To save time, I have already imported the virtual machine into the VirtualBox. So now I'd like to enter into the kernel Linux to start our today's video. As you can see, the IP address of the target has been identified as 204. I did the nmap scanning. I did like scene scan, the version scan, script scan. I also did the comprehensive scan by the option -p-. From the nmap scanning results, as you can see over here, the 4 open ports. The first one is 21, which runs FTP, and the version information is displayed over here. And also you can notice that this FTP allows anonymous login. And the second one is 22, which runs SSH. And also the version information, of course, as we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability we can exploit. And next one is 80, which runs HTTP service. And the last one is 3306, which runs at MyCircle. Of course, if we can identify that the MyCircle service is running on the target, always I'd like to check whether this MyCircle allows or exists weak credentials. For example, like we can try password as root, but it failed. So I think now what we are going to do next is to do some enumeration for the FTP service. We can FTP to the target and specify the user names as anonymous and password leave blank, and we can list the content. But I think there are a lot of message or banner information we need to pay attention to. For example, like a local time, and this is an experimental FTP server. If you have any unusual problems, please report them via email to Sky Funbox 9. So maybe this user is some sort of administrator, right? And we can go back to our FTP, and there is one file in this directory. We can get this file onto the local kernel Linux, and we can quit. And we can cut the welcome file, and I think nothing important here. So I also did like to do some, for example, we can open up the, I need to open up the Firefox and visit this target. And this is just a default Apache 2 page. And if we look at the page carefully, nothing very special thing here. And also we can check whether the target exists robots file. Yeah, not found. It's okay. And also we can do like Nicto. By Nicto we can do some enumeration about the architecture of the web application, and also we'll try to find out some common directories or files. In some case, this does give help for us from the perspective of penetration. But in this case, not much information we can use, so to speak. So wait for this to be completed. And then next, maybe we can do like a directory enumeration, use the GoBuster tool. Of course, this is my favorite tool when we do the directory enumeration. And specify the word list. GoBuster directory. And also specify the extension option like PHP, TXT, and also like SH. But I can tell you, this process of directory enumeration cannot give us any directory or unknown files. So I'd like to save the time, I'd like to interrupt this process. So what can we do? We have already done the directory enumeration, and also we do the enumeration for the MyCircle and FTP. So what can we do? And if we can go back to our the first step of the enumeration, as you can see, the banners of FTP, and also mentioned earlier. So in other words, the user, the sky may be the user of the target, and we guess this is the case. So now we need to get the password for this user. We can use the Hydra, and I'd like to auto-complete this command. So when we do some sort of a CTF-like test, we should be thinking from the perspective of the author. So why the author designed the FTP surface on the target? It may be give some useful information. Excuse me. So as usual, if I identify or make a guess about the username and when the target exists FTP, I always try to crack the password with FTP rather than SSH. So this is how the author is thinking or is designing in this way. Of course, this is my personal viewpoint. So we need to wait for the Hydra to complete or get the password for the user Sky. To save time, I'd like to pause the video, and when it's done, I will come back. Okay, just after 1 minute or 2 minutes, the Hydra has successfully retrieved the password for the Sky, and now we can log in to the FTP and specify the name as Sky, and the password is the best. Yeah, now we are successfully logged in to the FTP, and we can get the user flag, and also we can get like a bash history. So I think now we are within the directory of the Sky's home directory, and now we can quit. We can cut the user flag. You know, when we can log in FTP, and also if we can log in into the home directory of some specific user, normally we can upload the public key to the target, and then can use the SSH with the private key to make a successful login. But I can tell you, it will come back. Sorry, we will go back to our FTP. Sky, the best. Yeah, there is already one directory which is SSH, but we do not have permission to enter into the SSH. As you can see, no such file or directory. And also we cannot upload our own generated public key or authorized key onto the target because we don't have such permission. So if we, I like to change it to another tab, and if we cut the user flag again. So this is the user flag, right? And the user flag is some sort of a special. Is the shell script. So maybe the author give us one hint or imply that we can modify this shell script and include the reverse shell command into this code and to get the shell. And I can tell you for this point already, although I quickly identified the username Sky and log in to the FTP and get the user flag, but when I try to get the shell or foothold of the target, it spent me a lot of time to achieve this. So I think this is the way we need to modify this not to generate a new one, just modify this file and write our own reverse shell command into this script. I think you get my idea, and we can use the vim user flag. Oh, sorry, I miss vim user flag, and we can delete the original command, and we can go to like a pentest monkey, get this command. Of course, I have already copy into the mouse pad and make and change the IP address to our Kali Linux and also the port number. So we can copy this whole command and go back to our vim editor and paste in here and write and quit. So now we can use FTP to upload this file onto the target and cover the original user flag. And at the same time, we can set up the listener to wait the target to make a collection to the Kali Linux. And now we have ready within FTP directory, we can use put command to put the user flag and cover the original, the original user flag. Hit enter, and now we can go back to our another tab and wait for this to be completed, because maybe there's some cron task running on the background, and this cron tab will run this file or this shell script in schedule. Now we have successfully retrieved the collection from the target, and we can check the ID. The ID is Sarah. Okay, and we can make some. Now, of course, what we are going to do next is to elevate our privilege to root user, right? And we can do we can, for example, we can find some commands with SUID bit. And also, I just want to get file type rather than directory and redirect all errors to the black hole. So this command will retrieve all commands with SUID bit, and then we can use the command with the SUID bit to elevate our privilege. As you can see, the first command is a bash. So if we go to the search engine like Bing and go to this wonderful website, when we do the local privilege escalation, and we can put or fill the command with SUID bit in our case, which is a bash, and go to the SUID section. So it will be very simple, very easy. We just use the option of -p, and we can use Bing bash p. I think there shouldn't be a problem, but because we are running in the virtual machine, so maybe we'll encounter some sort of issues. Anyway, we'll wait for this to be completed, but I think there's some why the response is so slow. Yeah, now we have already got the root shell. We can go to the root directory, list the content, and the root flag. Okay, so now we have already retrieved the root flag and got the root shell. So that's all I'd like to demonstrate in this video. I hope this video can bring some or a bit of value or benefits for your penetration practice. So I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.